Good job, Ensemble. That was fantastic. Now we come to part of the program, we're going to hand out a few awards to students who, all the students have worked very hard. Some of the students, all the students have the opportunity to work using either a single line melody book of gospel songs and hymns. The elementary choir has a book of gospel songs that they go through and they get to practice tapping rhythms, looking at time signatures, key signatures, how to read songs, how to read words. For some of the kids, reading words is a big goal. And then reading words and rhythm at the same time is another goal. So we get to work systematically through the process of reading music. The older students are able to handle more information at once, so they are working out of a hymnal, which has soprano, alto, tenor, bass, just like a traditional hymnal. And they're analyzing chords, analyzing the rhythms, same thing. And so we call these skills choral creature skills. The students can pass from, they start out with a red certificate in the cover of their folder, so that they're all a music student. And that's where they start working on their first packet, the purple packet, which just puts them in the category of music apprentice when they pass it. They have to do everything from watching the director to encouraging one another. That's one of the skills. Tapping rhythms, reading pitches, breathing correctly, standing correctly. And it's a big deal when they pass up to apprentice. We celebrate that in rehearsal. Then they begin working on a blue packet called the Journey Singer packet. And this takes a little more skill, more complicated rhythms, and it takes some time to do this, so it's really good practice for them. And the thing that I love is that my master singers, these ones with the grade certificates, come and they test all of my students. So by testing the younger students, the older students are reinforcing their ability to read music, because like the Latin saying, docendo discimus, by teaching, we learn. So that is the model that happens in choir. And when they pass this blue one, they get their own pitch pipe, which I have one of those to hand out today, if I had a big mistake. And then I also, the final packet, which is only possible for those in Cantate 2, because they really need to be reading four-part music at that point, is the Master Singer packet, which is green, and they've learned how to read hymns and analyze the chords and look at a lot of great music theory. So I think it's a wonderful start. It's helped the students. I think we've observed the students learning, like especially Mr. Mangle has some students, so I think that learning that repertoire of rhythms, it really kickstarts a piano career or lessons in any music, so they're learning the grammar. So today, we would like to award a Journey Singer Certificate to, give me a drum roll please, choir, Paul Gallagher! Congratulations. And now, if you look in your program, you'll see that the students in Cantate 2 have, some of them have an M next to their name. And I know that I had to find a new supplier for our Master Singer Awards, which are personalized, customized choral folders, which are really nice, actually, and I want one. It says Cantate Homeschool Choir on it so that they can put their music in these. And so once you pass your grade certificate, you can have one of these. And I have these to award to the following students. Let's have them just all come down. I'll introduce their names. Come down and I'll hand them out to you. Isabel Bennett. Megan Gonzalez. Audrey Mangle. Madeline Kay. Austin Mangle. Brianna Wu. Riker Kay. Did I forget anybody? Yes, Megan Gonzalez. Yes. Yay! Come on up. All right. Congratulations. Three. I think I need one more box. Isabel. And I wanted to put name placards beside them. Good job. Good job. I'm giving Riker another one. He had one before, but these are cooler, so I gave one to him too. So you got two now. Congratulations. Give them a big round of applause. When my mom started choir, I remember I was really little. This is my mom. And
And I know that when I grow up, I remember my mom did a choir here at our church as well, and she asked me one day, she was like, do you want to be in the little kids choir? And she says, I responded, no, I want to direct it. So someday when I grow up, I want to direct this choir, or at least start another one somewhere else.
You can.
I remember it was either like my third or fourth year in choir, I actually got to accompany the choir for one of the songs, and that was so much fun. I was really happy because my brother had accompanied the session before, and I was kind of jealous that he got to accompany the choir. And so me and Aubrey, who is a really good friend of mine who I actually met in choir, I want to be her accompanist when she directs this choir.
I'm so excited to be here, and I don't know, I will help out in the choir. I've been in choir for a year and a half, and I love the choir.
I've been in choir since I can't remember. But I'm so glad I've been able to be part of this musical, which I love my experience. So, that's my sister right there. And we have also been in this choir since it started. And, yeah, I get a new one. New and improved.
With it come more responsibilities.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
I love being in choir. Mrs. Mangle makes it so much fun. Thank you, Mrs. Mangle. Big round of applause.
And now finally, I do want to thank some people who, like I said, we have mentors in this program. I've been calling them student helpers. I'm trying to sort of switch that over to student mentors. These students, there are 3 of these students are in what I call a 5-hour club. They start with me teaching choir at 12 o'clock on Fridays, and then they stay and are in every choir until 5 p.m. So they're helping in 2 of them, and then they sing in the other 2. This is pretty amazing. When I thought about it, I know that I expect a lot of myself, but they've been doing this too. So those 5-hour people are Isabel Bennett, Aubrey Mangle, and Adeline Kay. Thank you very much, girls. They are so patient with our little Jubilate. Jubilate, don't you love your helpers? And Isaac is also a Jubilate helper too. Thank you, ladies. And let's also bring up my other helpers. This year, we just had an explosion in Cantate 1. I started panicking in August a little bit as I realized the numbers in Cantate 1 were approaching 56, 58. I was like, oh boy, we're gonna need some help. Let's have choir camps, and each helper will have their own camp of kids. And I thought maybe that would be overwhelming, but they loved it. The helpers loved it, at least. So I'd like to invite the rest of the Cantate 1 helpers up. Riker, Zachary, Avi, Isaac, Hannah, Austin, Rihanna, Sarah. Sarah Prince, you may not know, but you're a helper. Come on up here. She doesn't know that she's a helper. She kind of stepped into that role without me even knowing it. So give them a hand too, please. Really, I'm serious. Isn't it neat? So those of you who sat the rehearsal have watched these guys, and they're all standing behind the kids, monitoring and pointing the music, and the younger kids have to get out their sheet music, and they get crayons and pencils, and they're circling things and marking things, and for the younger ones that can be really overwhelming. And they just come up and patiently help them, and they start to get the hang of how to do it, and it's just thrilling to watch, isn't it? To watch the kids get it. And they also look up to many, especially young men. I know that the boys look up to them, I think, and that really pays dividends for later when we want to have tenors and basses. So thank you to all of you. Big hand. Thank you. All right, with that, we'd like to invite Cantate 2 and Cantate 1 up to the stage. Oh, wait, 2 more people I have to thank. Stay there. I prayed prayed for a couple years ago that I wouldn't have to do bookkeeping anymore because that's not my spiritual gift. I mean, it was like, as much as I loved directing the choir, I did not like doing the numbers. And I have an accountant now, the past 2 years, and I want to thank Sherry Kanzler. Sherry, can you come up here? And then there's one more person, sorry, I have a cold to get over, as is everybody. All of this would not be possible, of course, without the Lord, but I have such vivid memories of my mom leaning over my back at the piano going, I think it goes like this, and patiently saying, honey, you need to sit down and practice. I know you keep getting up and looking at the timer. You can stop doing that. You're wasting your time. You've got a talent. Cultivate it. Sit down. Be disciplined. It will pay off. And the day that she had me make a decision between the activities that I was doing, because I was doing too much, she said, and I was kind of thinking, I think I want to do this other thing. She said, honey, I hope you choose piano.